My name is Caitlin, but I go by the name of KayWht. I am a singer, an entertainer, uh, potentially a model, hopefully that. But yeah, I'm all that. So.
I don't wanna be a Cinderella. I gotta get my shit together. I don't know about you.
So, how did you get into singing and artistry?
Well, it just kind of natural to me growing up. I mean, I didn't have like a musically oriented family. They just played really good music every day. And then I just so happened to fall in love with certain voices. And it just made me want to become like more of them. Even if I wasn't at the time, I was young, I didn't even think about having a music career, just something I love to do for fun. I mean, I just fell in love with just certain voices, and I wanted to stand out. I was in front of a lot of kids that did not have this type of talent, and then when it came to me, I didn't have what other kids have, as far as like the freshest shoes out whenever the Jordans drop, or the nice Junior and Burke bags, and the nice it's Juicy Couture bodysuit sets, our Aeropostale. It was just like they had more material things, but I just had this one thing about me that people wanted to like figure out. And I was always shy to show it because I was just a shy person. Like I was just one of those just like reserved and weird. So yeah, that's how that came about. And so it just helped me just become more confident as well. Cause like, that's the only thing I had. I remember moving to our townhome, and there was the phone, the house phones where the dial tone, you tap the number and then like you can hear your voice because the dial tone ends. And I was just like constantly like hearing myself, and I was just like, what? I can do that? I didn't even know where it came from. And on top of that, before we moved, we was at my great grandmother's house. And one time heard heard it, and she came in the room and was like, who is this singing on my phone? So I thought I was in trouble, so I didn't say anything. I thought I was in trouble, and then I came clean, and she was just like, this is you? Instantly put us in a Stacks. It's a musical camp in Memphis. Instantly put us in there in 2004. She's like, oh yeah, you know, put y'all in there, see what y'all can do. And yeah, that's how I knew. I was just like, wow, this is like crazy. I can sing. And then being able to music was all around me anyway. So I just really like had to vamp it up, because I was staying with my grandmother for a minute as well. We all were. And my uncle had like all the CDs, like all this big, the little, the book with all the CDs in there. Exactly. And then my grandmother had a computer. So I'll put the CDs in the computer. I'll play them, or the CD player that they bought us. I constantly like would play each song that I liked the sounds to. I just fell in love with each sound.
What songs were you liking at that time?
Oh, I would say it's a lot of songs, but the albums I was playing was Pussycat Dolls, Maya, Shakira, Beyonce for sure. Oh my God, Destiny's Child was big at the time, when they came out with not their second album. Oh, I think they're the latest album that they put out, Destiny Fulfilled. It was around that time. Chris Brown. Oh my God, he first came out with his second album, I think. The Chris Brown with Forever on there. Mm-hmm. So that was big. Keisha Cole, she was out. Man, it was just so many. I was just like, yeah, I got this. This is nice. Yeah.
There's nothing worse than mental struggle. Struggle.
So like, of course, I mean, I know you had like some shout outs from like some artists. Cause you were doing covers, right?
Yes. Yeah, I was doing covers.
So what was that about, like the covers and stuff like that?
So how that came about, I mean, I had an Instagram since I first moved here. So it was like 2010. It was not as like popping or anything, but Vine came along. And so I started posting like covers on Vine, and I see how it definitely made people get recognition. But I just didn't think it was gonna give me recognition because I wasn't as serious. And then I went back to Instagram, posted more covers, because each year on Instagram I tend to get better. I don't know what it was. I kind of just learned the dynamic of social media. specifically Instagram. So I was just like, okay, maybe I should just post a little bit here and there, selfies, because, you know, I wanted, you know, look cute. And then I was like, wait, okay, so if I do my singing, that probably bring more people to me. And all I know is I was posting so many covers, but this one cover I was posting at a time where I was just like over life, but it wasn't that serious. I was just being dramatic. So I went to the bathroom, and then I was singing Beyonce's cover to Love Drought and All Night Long.
I'm in my feelings, but 10 times out of 9, I'm only human. Tell me, what did I do wrong?
That got so much recognition. So people would see, they saw that, then it went to Facebook. I don't use Facebook. So it went to Facebook, like about over 4 million views off someone else's page, which I don't, people like, why didn't you post it on your, it doesn't, I don't care about none of that. So that happened. And then so many people were like, she's lip singing. That ain't her. Yeah. And then I had all these other covers already on my Instagram page. So everybody gravitated towards Instagram, and it was viral on Instagram as well. And then I took a break from that, went back on doing covers. And then when I was doing the covers, I was doing the current music like Summer Walker, Kalani. And yeah, they mentioned me. It was crazy. It was like, to me, it was normal because I knew that it was destined for at least one of or two of the people that I look up to musically that would see that, or they will see eventually. I didn't think it was a big deal. People were like, oh my God, Summer Walker mentioned you, or Kalani mentioned you. And it's just, to me, I'm grateful. Yes, but it's just like, I already knew this is going to happen. So I was just grateful, like, okay, yes, I got it in the bag. And I'm going down the right path, basically.
Obviously, you released the EP, I believe, last year.
Yes.
How did that come along? I know there's some standout tracks on there. Mm-hmm. How was the whole process, and like, what has the feedback been so far?
At that time, how it came about, it was just like, I met Israel ways before that. And he had artists already. I already knew from what I heard, what he did with other artists. I knew, I was just like, oh yeah, this is going to be an easy process. We just kind of got into it. It was like not as thoroughly planned. It was just like, okay, well, I took 5 days off. Let's do something in the studio. So first beat that he made, at first I was like, but he added more to it. And then I like, okay, now I can trust you with all of that, because not a lot of people I work with have the sound I'm looking for. So at first that's why I was like that. But when he started to make the beat a lot more, and it was Fair, the song Fair, the first song, and he started just making it, building it more, and I was just like, oh yeah. And then I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna write to this. It took me like at least 45 minutes to write the song. And then like recording was such an easy process. Now we got this chemistry. The next day, same thing. We wake up, the first thing he does is go to his equipment, gets the production ready, and then I'm literally like writing to it as he's doing. He's not even complete yet, and I'm already writing. So that's how that kind of came about. And the 11:30 interlude, we were like, oh wow, So it was just such a magical moment, because now I was like pushing myself to a limit that I thought I never could go. And so that was great, and the feedback was amazing too, because I think when it first released, I think 11:30 when it released. The first 2 weeks, it was like 30K plays or something like that. It was just ridiculous. People were like, whoa. But I was just like, told y'all. I knew it. I know this is going to happen. So it's just being humble and just being grateful and just working harder after that at this point. So the next project is going to be like, wow. But that's how that came about. ETA was basically just what I was going through in life. I was going through a tough time, and I was just, over everything. And like I said, I learned to transfer that energy into my music. And the situation I was going through the song could have been talking about it specifically, but Fair, that was just like my baby at the time, because Fair was literally something that was general for everybody to understand. Even if you're going through something, you always make sure that you don't turn cold or, be mean to other people or for your from your hardships. Because people make excuses all the time about what they've been through to give them a reason to treat somebody else wrong just because you were done wrong. You're messing yourself up. So that's the message from that. And like everything else was just different. I wanted different sounds and like different content, and that's just how it came about. It was great.
What does the next level of KayWht look like?
She looks untouchable. She just because that Caitlyn has gotten herself together, KayWht can get prepared and ready for what's to come when it comes to the industry and how crazy it can get. She's gonna be learning more. She's just ready for the next level. Basically, she's ready. She's confident and she stands on what she believes in, and that's what it's looking like for sure.
That's it. Appreciate it.
Oh yeah, thank you.
I don't wanna be your Cinderella. I gotta get my shit together. I don't know about you, but I have to make these moves.
I would definitely say this: you better do right by others. First and foremost, I don't care what you're going through. I don't care what's going on. I don't care what you've been, who did what to you. Stop living life as a victim. Learn from your mistakes. Learn from how you've been hurt. It's okay. We're human. We're not perfect. But the result of everything that you've been through is what matters the most. And stop being weird. And just be yourself. And you don't have to sugarcoat anything for anyone, and live your truth, because that's what's going to get you farther in life. It's going to get you far because you're not hiding anything. You don't have to constantly put a cap over each one. Now you got to reveal so much that people, it's too much cap going on. So you got to really just be you at all times. So whenever you do talk mess, or whatever you do, talk your shit, that's fine, because you can back it up. And you wouldn't have to hide or sugarcoat who you are to anybody. It's just it's simple as that. Be you and live right by others. You will get far.